All right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this lovely Friday. By the way, it's not the last day to pay period. It is on Monday, the 31st. But so far, looks like we're closing out August. How's everybody doing? Good to see you, Dennis, Bonnie. Good to see you, Greg, everyone, Grant. Great to see everybody in the Cyber Group room, and welcome everybody here on Facebook and YouTube Live. We got one little stock that's making a nice little pop right now. Remember, there's three moves. Actually, yeah, there's three moves. There's the 8 a.m. move, there's the 8:30, and there's the 9. So we got a 9 o'clock move on this GEVO. I know some of you guys are doing great on that stock right now. Trades a lot of shares, 3.4 million already in pre-market. It just made a quick little pop. Looks like it's going higher. Building a gorgeous Fausto flag. We'll come back. We'll check back with a little bit later. But before we do that, everybody, I'd like to talk about what's going on, what to expect, and talk about what we traded yesterday. So yesterday we had yesterday sucked. I hate to say that word, but the afternoon was terrible. I mean, I was trading, looking for something, but what was good about yesterday, which is the hardest thing to do, is to not go out there and do a trade. You don't have to trade. You know what I mean? But it's good to be there and see what's going on. And listen, I'm out there. I did well in the morning. I trade all the airlines, and I did a really, really well. I did what's called a basket of trades on the airlines. I bought them all. And let me tell you something. I said this in the trading room. I got really, really lucky. And I have to say, I sold it exactly at the highs. All of them. Boom. Every single one of them. And they, when I got out of them, they all went down. But remember, I'm still a fan as a swing trade. I still have a lot of them on a swing trade, but as a day trade, it worked out perfectly. By the way, look at this GEVO still going. You see that? Why is the stock going? Got to get in the trading room, guys. You got to get in the trading room for all YouTube, Facebook people watching it. You guys see it all here in the Cyber Group room. Look at that. Look at all those orders getting executed and hammered on the offer. All right. So anyway, let's talk about what happened yesterday. And a couple of stocks did make some big moves. I want to start off with the FLDM trade. All right. So let me just change the chart here so you can see what happened yesterday. So the stock obviously had a nice little pop, and then boom, it was a nice little short going right into the open. You could see the trend is your friend. You don't buck that trend. Actually, make the screen a little bigger if everybody watching on YouTube. So you can see how the stock had a nice little push, went straight down, and then we had a little pop right around 1 o'clock. Nothing crazy. Listen, I'm not bragging about this thing. It wasn't the greatest thing since sliced bread. But it was a good short in the morning. INO also has been not only been a great day trade, but it's also been a great swing trade. And it picked up and it started all over again yesterday. It kind of found its little sweet spot. It's having this tough time breaking, busting through this 2050 price range. But you know what? You can see it's down a little bit today. It's kind of getting me a little nervous, start making lower lows. And we all know that's not, a lower high. That's not really what we're a fan of. But that one also was pretty good. PED kept getting halted. That also was a phenomenal stock. That just kept taking off over and over and over again. It looks like she's open right now because she was actually halted all the way up until into the after hours yesterday. I guess she finally opened up right there. PED. There was another one right there. And look at that. She got crushed. To see that? That's what you call a short squeeze. Okay. That's why you got to be careful. You see someone just getting out of them, but that's what you call a nice little beautiful short squeeze. MOXC was the other one that we looked at. So that one had a nice little push in the middle of the day. But if you look at all these stocks, there's nothing attractive about them. None of them were just easy, nice, big movers. What we found. This one had a little bit of a nice move, the VBIV. You could see it here from 9 o'clock. It went from $4 to about $5.20, right up until about 10:30. Nice little move. But other than that, I'll be honest with you. I just traded the airlines and I was done for the day. Okay. Look at this. I sold every one of these stocks right at the highs. I had American Airlines. Look at everyone. Delta Airlines. I even did the cruise stock. I did a basket of cruise stocks. What else? RCL. You can see all of them. Royal Caribbean. They're all doing pretty well. And I think they're little quiet little creepers now. I think this industry right here is now starting to be the new trend of the coronavirus stocks. You know what I mean? Now they're starting. I think now all the smoke is cleared. Listen, everybody can't afford Tesla. Tesla. So this thing just look at it. Thing just won't stop. Just won't stop. Just when you thought 1,400 was expensive, look where this is. I feel like there's this competition going on with was it Amazon and Tesla. Who's gonna be worth more? Because you believe the guy, the owner, Elon Musk, is one of the top 10 richest people in the world because of this, and he's got to be probably the youngest, most well, I guess next to Facebook, but he's only a year older than me. It's amazing, what entrepreneurships that we have right now, what we could do here in the United States. Okay, so that was awesome. But anyway, regarding about these stocks, I think they're all doing the split on Monday, right? After Monday, so I think they're just getting these rallies. Now, listen, this is what you learn as a trader. If you're an anti-electric car person, you still could have made. It doesn't mean you're not going to trade the stock, right? I mean, listen. So if you're a diehard Samsung phone and anti-Apple, you know what I mean? Well, listen, doesn't mean as a trader not going to trade it, okay? And that's where you have to look at it. So looking at these stocks right here, they're making some big moves. These are the things that we got to look at when stocks doing these splits, which is what they're all announcing. Get Apple and Tesla. I think they're all doing it on the 31st. Am I right? I think that was the trend. That was the thing on it. Then usually when they do their split, then they're going to pretty much back off pretty heavily. But everyone loves these stock splits, and let me tell you, if Amazon did that, I think Amazon could be 5,000. You know what I mean? So, and all they're trying to do is make it more affordable. But this is the hype that you get when you make these announcements. But anyway, we're not trading these stocks. We got other stocks to trade. Listen, to be honest with you, it's not a good day. Okay, it's not that there's not that much going on this morning. I found a couple of stocks that were moving this morning, and I'll tell you why. It's the end of summer. All right, kids are going to start going back to school. Home. You figure that one out, right? So actually, my kids actually here in New York are going to school. They're doing like a hybrid. They're doing a little bit of both. I still don't even know I don't even know if they even know what they're doing. But if there's a stock I could trade, that has something to do with it, I will. But I think our kids go back on September, right after Labor Day. Labor Day is pretty late this time of the year. Usually it's like on the 3rd. It's what is it on was the 7th or something like that. So listen, people want to enjoy the rest of their summers. They want to utilize what they spent on traveling. They rented these summer homes and stuff like that. This is perfectly normal. And I told you this a while ago. There's no better time to learn than today. Yeah, in August and early September, because September, October, November are the best months of the year. And you don't want to go out there and learn at that time. I mean, if you don't have a choice, you don't have a choice. But get this stuff out of the way, because these lists that you see, and this, cyber traders, you've been here for a while. Some of you, this list can get almost 3 times the size. But we got a couple of stocks I'm going to throw on there. I'm going to throw it as NSYS. It's got a nice little push. I don't really see that many big iceberg orders. I see a guy there at $6 for 9,000. Big deal. Another 3,000 share seller at 360. I mean, it's not nothing to brag about. MDGS, another nice little inexpensive stock right here. But listen, I get people always ask me, like, are you trading penny stocks? No, I do not trade penny stocks. Okay. Just because the stock's under $5 does not make it a penny stock. There are penny stocks that actually trade at $20, $30. Okay. If you don't believe me, go look at, Nintendo. Nintendo is on the pink sheets. Okay. And where's that? $40 or something like that. So something like that. Don't quote me on it, but I know that's where it trades. So I just look at it, less risk, more reward. That's what it comes down to it. You deal with more expensive stocks, you need a lot more money, And that's why I think a lot of people don't like to day trade, because they think they need a lot of money to do it. And that's how they get suckered into, doing a swing trade or a option trade. Listen, at the end of the day, money is money. Okay. I don't know what this company does, MGG. I say it all the time. I don't care. I don't want to know. Okay. I don't want to get emotional about it. I don't want to hold it personal against them. But, but the thing is, at the end of the day, you're here to make money, and you're going to try to risk and as much as you can. Hey, listen, I think I told you this yesterday. I had a student the other day. Maybe I was talking to him, and he had his game plan. He had his game plan, and his game plan was this. He thinks Biden's going to win the election, so he's preparing to cash out everything because he wants him to win, because he wants the market to crash 50% so he can do another coronavirus deal. Okay, because he's really convinced it's going to happen. And you know what I told him? I said, you got to be careful, because what happens if he doesn't win? So you're going to wait all the way to November and not do anything because and waiting for that, that could happen. So I mean, it's a great strategy, and with the polls it looks like that might happen. But if it doesn't, you're going to sit there and throw away 3 months, 2 months, and do nothing. So you still got to make money at the end of the day. And if it fails, that's one thing. But I like this strategy. He had a strategy. He looked at it. He looked at it that way. He's already assuming, predicting that. But this is what I tell everybody. His problem that I told him is that what you think is what's going to kill you in the market. Don't try to figure it out. Watch what Wall Street does. They already know what's going on. Okay. Don't go out there and think about it. Where you're looking at the stock market, these guys know what's going to go on. Believe me, if Wall Street thinks that, then the stock market would crash, and then you follow their lead. But don't sit there and try to, because I've done that with a lot of other things in the industry, like the financial crisis. I was in a financial crisis. I'm like, oh, you know what? It was the end of the world. Or look, you guys all witnessed of it. You were in the coronavirus virus situation. Look what happened. Who really went out of business? Not really that many companies really went out of business. They just got destroyed. Okay. But guess what? We're back to where we started. So I like his mentality. I like his strategy. But the problem is, once you start thinking that way, that's how you get yourself in trouble. Don't overanalyze the market. Follow the big boys. That's why we teach you is following the money. XPEV. Here's another stock. This is a stock that we traded yesterday. Now, remember what I told you about this stock? If you remember Cyber Traders, when I was telling you about the IPO stock that went out. Now, obviously, the IPO stock got crushed yesterday. It got really beat up, but now she's starting to pick up its momentum. Listen, we saw that with Nikola. We saw that with Nikola. We also saw it with was it DraftKings? Was the other one we saw? I think it was DraftKings. Once a stock breaks, once stock breaks its IPO, like everyone's trying to sell, now the thing's starting to pick up. The only issue with the stock, it's extremely volatile. Okay, you got to be a level 3 or higher cyber traders to trade this stock. TRVN. Cheap stock, up 16%. It was a $3.50 stock. It took a big hit. It looks like it's doing some action. It's a nice little, cheap little stock for some of you beginners. I mean, listen, it's okay to start off like to be a beginner, okay? But you got to know how, you're not going to make that much. But if you're an advanced trader, you could basically do a little bit better with the stock. You can just trade more shares with it. That's all it is. But what else I got? Yeah, and that's about it. That's about it. I mean, Michael, you saying the RKT trade? Listen, we were trading that one too the last couple of days. That thing is pretty volatile too. RKT. I'll put it on a watch list. I know you guys have been trading it pretty aggressively in the cyber group room. And but that stock's obviously has been having some pretty good volatility. If it breaks its IPO price, but I guess what you're saying, Michael, is exactly what we saw in TRVN is what RKT did. It gapped up at 27, it dropped down to 18, and every day it's been doing pretty well on it. So just don't trade a lot of shares of this thing. This thing will shake the hell out of you. All right. Anything I'm missing? Norm says we're getting a Fausto flag being built on the MDG. M-Dogs. All right. Up 19%. It was the second one on my watch list. It's just, you know what? Remember what happened yesterday? What was the stock that we traded? I think it was it the, or was it the day before? I think it was the VBIV. All of a sudden, like, it's not really going anywhere. And bam, the thing just takes off right at the open. And like, holy crap. I mean, this stock was was on the second part of the list. It wasn't the top of the list. It was on the second protocol, not first protocol. And sure enough, the thing went everywhere. That's why I try to make a decent list. And I don't underestimate some of these stocks because, like you see, like this stock right here, MDGS, went from $1.50 in one day, right here. If you see my mouse, the thing shot up all the way to 350. And that could happen. So that's why I like to go back and I see this stock and I'm like, 17%. What does that really mean to me? But when I look at the stock in the long term, I'm like, holy crap. I remember we trade the stock. It does move. It's got some really good short squeezes in it. And that's what we're going to trade at. Anybody else? Daniel on YouTube says, what about the IBIO? Okay. So anyway, that's on the watch list. Same thing. Did the same exact thing, Daniel, regarding about, as a short squeeze and a big pop and everything else. But this one's on the watch list also. All right. Bonnie says the TGFI. I'm sorry, I spelled it wrong. TGIF. I don't know what that means. Probably happy Friday or something to everyone. I guess that's what you're probably saying. But everything else is pretty much garbage. There's really nothing much out there. I mean, you got this penny stock right here, Just Energy, that's moving, but I don't like to trade anything under a penny. The GEVIO backed off a little bit. It's got that little resistance. 90,000 share seller right at that high right there around was that $1.48. All right, we see him out there. Changed a lot of shares. All right, guys. So listen, you got about 10 minutes before the market opens up. Go fill up your nice little Krispy Kreme coffee cup. I like this. I got to get a new one. This thing's pretty much getting washed out. I got to go back to the city. Try to, escape from New York, though. I'm going to have to, run in there, run out there because I'm afraid to walk around the city without getting mugged or robbed now, for crying out loud. But I got to get a new Krispy Kreme mug. But go fill up your coffees, guys. Go get ready, and we'll get ready for the open. We'll start commentating and about for everyone in the cyber group room, and right when the market opens up. And listen, remember, it's the weekend. If there's nothing going on, that's okay. Take the day off. That's why everyone loves trading. You know what? You're here all day, you're wasting your time, okay? But just stay in the room, get the commentary, whatever it is. Don't log out if you're in a cyber group room. But like I said, if you got something to do, go do it. I do it all the time. I'll go feed my chickens or something, or I got to go. Actually, I got to go pluck some tomatoes. It's starting to go bad in my garden. All right, guys. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. We'll see everybody back here at 2:30 for the afternoon. Hopefully, if we get something good going, we always find Friday afternoons are always awesome, and we'll find out in the afternoon. So don't forget to log back in. And if you're on YouTube, Facebook Live, like us, friend us on the bottom, and we'll see you then. Guys, good luck. Happy trading. And let's go make some money today. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe.